So I was on Facebook yesterday and I came across this ad for some free tickets to go listen to this speaker who's on tour right now. He's coming through Cleveland, and from a cursory glance, it seems that his show is all geared towards making people more successful. So we see this all the time, right? We've got pyramid schemes, you have speakers coming and sharing kind of their 5-step program, people that have gone and been financially successful, who are here to kind of tell you all how to do it. And this bothered me, and I wanted to spend a bit of time thinking about why before I made a video to talk about it. So I had a bit of a think, and I talked to Chad a bit, and I think I've gotten down to the root of why this is an issue for me. The problem with these kinds of speakers or these kinds of programs is that they're all geared towards one thing, theoretically, assuming that they work, and that's towards making you money. And making money, earning money in of itself is not a bad thing. We all need money. We need money to survive in a capitalist economy. We need money to take care of our families. We need money to eat and drive and buy clothes and to shelter ourselves. So money's not a bad thing. But the obsession with, the ongoing pursuit of money for no other reason than to just have more stuff, I think is problematic. And I want to share with you a couple of examples to kind of illustrate my point here. I often work with clients who are middle-aged, and they've come to the realization through coaching, through our conversations, that things have gone awry. They wake up one day and they realize that they're living a life that is just not suited to them. It's not what they envisioned themselves doing as kids. It's not what they planned to do growing up. And it's this weird thing, right? You wake up one morning in a house, in a lifestyle, with a family, in a location, with a job that isn't a fit for you. And you go, how did I get here? Why did things go so far from what I envisioned my life would be like when I was a kid or when I was a teenager? What the hell happened? And I think what happens is this. We get fed a story growing up through our media, through school, from our parents. And it goes something like this. You need to get a job. You need to get an education so you can get a job. Rack up some debt. Spend the rest of your life paying that off. And if you're lucky, you'll have enough money saved up by the time you retire to enjoy the last couple of years that you spend on this planet. Great. So what do? We go to school. We pick a major that we think is in something that will help us to be profitable. We rack up debt. We put all of our time and energy in our 20s, usually, into doing as best as we can, right? We grab the internships, we get the high GPAs, we join the clubs, and then we leave, we get a job, we get locked into rent payments or mortgage payments, car payments, and then we start a family, and suddenly we have to pay for all of that as well. And then we're spent looking after our families until our kids grow up and leave, and by about that point, we have maybe 20 or 30 years left on this planet to live the lives that we want to live. But here's the problem. Even if all that works and all of that goes to plan, that means that by the time you are ready to live your life to the fullest, you have years and years of conditioning that has separated you from what your true purpose on this planet is. It's difficult to get back in touch with who we were as kids. When we're children, we have such a clear idea about what we want to be doing and what makes us happy. I knew from a very early age that I wanted to spend time with horses, that I wanted to be doing painting, and that I wanted to have a house of my own to decorate. I had that locked down. And if I'm honest with myself, those dreams have never gone away. I've just had to spend some time trying to get to them, and it's taken me on a bit of a journey that is not a waste of time, but could have been more focused if I hadn't been so distracted by what other people were telling me I needed to be doing with my life. the more time that goes on, the more detached we become from this key understanding of who we really are and what we really need to be happy in this world. And it's different for everybody. There's no way the idea of what a successful adult looks like, as far as society is concerned, can fit all of us properly. We are all made up of our own unique ideas, skills, qualities, gifts, dreams. And so it doesn't make any sense to all follow in the same path. But this is what most of us end up doing. And I realized, looking at this advert back on the Facebook page, that what was so scary and sad and problematic about this is that here was someone who was trying to further that idealized life, that dream that we're all supposed to be striving for, just in a much more explicit way. This was someone who was making money or making a career for himself out of furthering the same message that we're already told. And I want to be telling a different message. I want to help people to really understand what makes them happy, what really drives them, what helps them live their life's purpose to the fullest. And that takes work. That takes some discovery. That takes asking some hard questions, getting uncomfortable, looking around and seeing what it is in your life that needs to change. Sometimes they're really big things. Sometimes they're little things. But that journey, that adventure, that process, that's what I want to be working on people with. I don't want to help you to make more money as an end of itself. I don't want to describe to you that you should follow what I'm saying or listen to what I have to say. I don't want you to subscribe to these videos because I'm going to promise you that it's going to make you rich. It's not going to make you rich, but I hope it makes your life richer. I hope that you start to see that there's more to life than being chained to the same desk, to the same house, to the same way of doing things for the rest of your time on this planet. So that's what I wanted to reflect on today, starting to think about what would really be meaningful and happy for you and how that might look very different from what we're used to being told by our wider society.